Quieted you right down, didn't it?
Yeah, because I couldn't breathe. We are live. Welcome to Wake and Bake with the Growskis, number 24. Skilbo, Dankman Dan, Tara. We are here for a pop-up show, a little special show. Whenever Dan has got to get one of his old man checkups, we're allowed to do one of these.
Turn your head and cough, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Right
Let's go around the horn and introduce everyone.
Dan, does he warm his hands first?
It depends.
It's kind of cold.
Did you just assume Dan's doctor's gender in 2020?
My doctor is a female, actually.
See, Skilbo, don't you feel like an idiot?
I just feel old, my friend.
See,
I mean, I had a 50-50 chance. That's all.
Yes, you did. Well, you had a 70-30 chance.
He lives up there in the North Country. There's only 18 women that live up there anyway. Wow.
Good
morning, Rise and Grind.
If you want to send him a DM, you can send him a DM at Skilbo1.
Here it comes.
I want to see the best hate mail.
Yes.
All 18 of you.
That's right.
Shit.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rise and Grind, everybody. We have, what do we got? We got 24 people chilling with us, so there are some people with some notifications on, maybe. People that follow the Instagram. Just want to say good morning. I hope you're starting it off right. And let's get high before we got to get our day going.
Absolutely.
Everybody smoking on.
I'm smoking on some Crescendo.
Nice.
The fruity pheno.
The which one?
Fruity.
Fruity, okay.
Just doing dabs so that I smell good when I go to work. I won't smell all smoky. But yeah, good stuff. It'll be good. I'm already super high.
Get in there. Good morning, chat.
So like Porch Farmer said in the chat, we'll address it real quick. YouTube took his colors away. All of the monetization for the show has been suspended on YouTube because we don't follow enough of the rules regarding drug stuff. Apparently, that's what they said. We can reapply for it in 30 days. I guess you can request a refund if you want to. There's other stuff. Do whatever you would like to do. If you would like to continue supporting the show, you can support us on Patreon. We already made more money on the Patreon cut than we did on YouTube anyway. But it was cool to be able to offer people emojis and all of that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm disappointed that people won't be able to fuck around in the chat and do all of that mostly. We didn't make a ton of money in the thing anyway, but it did help with stuff. So thank you to the guys that did support. Girls,
did you just assume? I was just gonna say, did you assume our supporters' gender in 2020?
No, I couldn't follow up my own advice with not listening to my own advice.
It's early.
Right now.
It's early.
And carry through the show.
So our Patreon can be found at patreon.com/mbgs.
And we support both male and female patrons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking about SJWs.
I'll reapply for it in 30 days. I'll try to do some things and try to get it to come back. But if it doesn't come back, it was our fault. And it was because we don't follow the rules.
Did it come back?
Well, they need to make certain rules for green states.
Yeah. So
we're not breaking any of our rules.
I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to flag all of our videos are already flagged as not for children. There's a lot of ways to upload videos on YouTube. So I'm going to go back through our library and make sure everything is flagged 18 plus as well. And then we'll see if that helps. I can reapply in 30 days. So we'll see if we can get the badges and stuff back in 30 days. They did that shit 3 hours ago. They couldn't have left it for another day so we could do the wake and bake.
Right on.
Well,
it happens.
It happens, man.
Well, at least we still have our show.
Yeah, we haven't gotten one strike on the show. We haven't been threatened whatsoever as far as breaking rules regarding the show. And in fact, we don't break any rules regarding the monetization either. I think they're just being a-holes about it. But
We were all-
I don't believe there's any risk that we're going to lose the show. But even if we do, follow the Instagram, and we will have another place for the show. We've got a website. We've got other means of figuring that out.
You know, it's all fun and games, and we had red setters abductions in the past on, you know, aliens and shit. Then we were talking about some real wacky shit on the late session on Monday, talking about pyramids and whatnottery. Go back and check that out. That was with Medical Mondays. Shout out to Berg and Roach. It was a good time. We also did that crossover episode. So from 10 to 11 on Medical Mondays, Sequence, Red, and I got to go on their show over there with C Murder and Jamie and Rick Thompson and the rest of the gang. So it was really cool. And then we brought them over to our show. They were only going to hang out originally from 11 to 12, but the conversation was so good, they hung out strong until the very, very end. So I want to say shout out to those guys, and thanks to everybody who came through and checked it out.
It was really fun. It was fun sitting back and kicking it with those guys. And like they said, they represent more of the patient side of the industry. And we're definitely like all growers, you know. And before they mentioned that, I didn't even notice that like different dynamic we had there. So it's kind of cool to get their point of view on a lot of things. And they came with interesting questions. Roach had some insightful questions, and I like that too.
You're good on covering the news side of things too. So appreciate that.
Fun.
38 people in our chat this morning. Thank you for waking and baking with us.
Here's y'all.
Has anybody got any outdoor left outside?
Yep.
Dan, did you bring it? You didn't bring it all down yet?
No, I still have the lower 1/3. Probably get done this weekend when I have some time, maybe this afternoon.
A little half shed that could.
Yeah, the shed's working, man. It's drying. I got a bunch of extension cords running over there right now, running a heater and stuff. But I'm waiting on my power to come in to the property next door. We got a 100 amp service coming over there. Should be here within the next week or so. They wouldn't give me an exact date, but should be a pretty quick process to get that set up. And I got material ready to be run. Just waiting.
Something to note. Something to note for you, Dan. When you harvest the bottom and put it in your shed with your other plants, it's going to make them more moist because it's a lot more wet.
I'm actually tomorrow. I bag up and freeze the mid section for fresh frozen, and then I'll have the other. Well, the middle section is what I'm calling it, because I have like the tops and then the middle, and then
There's no mids on that girl.
yeah, she's pretty frosty. So yeah, I didn't think about that sequence, but you know, I guess I'll have to deal with it. Maybe
trust me, it's worth thinking about. You can like double your dry time by putting plants in after you have plants in. Like we have all of our big tents. If we harvest one plant after we harvest a plant a few days earlier, it'll moisten it right back up.
No shit, right on. Just adds that extra moisture.
Yes.
I didn't think of that. So, well, maybe those we'll just chop and just do fresh frozen, which, because, you know, they're just lower stuff anyway. The tops are going to take quite a while to dry. And then I still have a platinum purple outside and the last of my pineapple pie across the sour strawberry out there. But those are infested with freaking aphids so bad that they're just going to get the bucket wash for cleaning and then straight to frozen, fresh frozen.
Now, are the aphids new, or did they really, really rack that plant? And
racked it, man. But they were staying off the big one, so I just left it there.
Decoy in the garden.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was kind of like, man, you know, should I take it out? But then you know, they're gonna go somewhere else. So yeah, man, it worked for the most part. You know, like I said, I spotted maybe 50 on the big plant. You know, not telling how many I missed, but we were pretty thorough when we were chopping it up. So it was definitely salvageable. A lot better than last year.
Seek, what do you have left in the greenhouse? How many? A few?
half,
Oh,
a little
fuck,
less than
man.
half.
Damn.
A little bit less than half. So like we have
You're
More work for me.
OKC is like 5 plants. There's a brush plant. Both GMO plants, I scoped them the day before yesterday. They're still clear.
Is Death Star down?
No, Death Star's still up. It's one of the long running ones.
I mean, just
Death Star's huge.
huge, humongous.
Huge.
It gets me so excited.
But
It's
yeah,
hard to
GMO
go back to
running
your own place after that. You know what I mean? Like Terria's got her own garden and shit. She goes and hangs out with Fresh Cut and Sequence for the weekend. Then she's got to go back home to her little zipper tent, walk in and be like, "What the fuck, man?
I'm
I
like,
do
what the
that
fuck?
every day
Bro,
now.
bitches."
Like, you damn bitches need to get bigger. Come on.
They need a pep talk.
It's definitely different when you look at like a 6-inch veg plant and you're like doing LST and shit to it. And like we've got nearly 6-inch wide, stalks and shit. So just weird, real interesting perspective for sure.
Very impressive. Very, very impressive.
We took
Yeah.
a video where we were pretending we were taking clones, and the stalk was like this big around.
Get the loppers out.
And we had a little bitty like bottom buds hanging off of it, and we sat it on top of the soil and put leaves on top of it. We put it in the chat for the chat. It was funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Cloning.
So we decided, sorry to cut you off, brother. We're gonna do some upgrades in the flower room again, put a new floor in there, new waterproof floor. So yeah, man, we're gonna shut down the perpetual for just a brief week or two and bring it back up to speed, full par. But yeah, definitely need some waterproof type flooring.
Nice, man.
Linoleum Man Dan is in the
Right on.
house.
Yeah, actually, we just have this vinyl life-proof click and lock laminate floor we're gonna put in there, water resistant. Not waterproof, but water resistant. A lot better than the carpet. Well, half the carpet because I had to cut it out because I had an issue.
Wasn't it the bone meal explosion?
Yeah. So we finally got to take care of that. We're sick of looking at it.
Yeah, carpet in a grow room always sucks.
Yes, it does.
As a consultant, like that's one of the first things I'll have people do when they're setting up their grow is to take the carpet out.
Though. Yeah, you can't. I mean, first of all, if it gets wet and shit, you're gonna get some kind of something growing on the other side between that and your subflooring.
Right.
Secondly, if you have spider mites, if you have anything, it's just all gonna collect in the nap of the fucking carpet, man. It's just, I mean, I guess it could be done, but
yeah, we've been doing it for a while, but yeah, it's switching now. We're gonna change it. Get it done. Always something.
Always.
And we're doing away with all the tents.
You are, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna move one of the 4x8s for a new veg in another bedroom,
Nice.
and then yeah, just get rid of the tents in general.
Cool.
You tell the kids they're not allowed to come back now. Room's been taken.
That's it.
Yeah, you're fine. We'll get you a pull-out couch.
And you ain't sleeping in the hash shed either.
No, actually, we're gonna put a 4x8 in there, so we could still have a twin bed. They just have to deal with the noise.
Some people do listen to like 10 hours of the dryer running or a fan or some kind of shit on YouTube. So you get the grow room. We need a grow room. 10 hours.
You know what? I've been sitting with this freeze dryer for 3 weeks now, and it's all because I don't want to hear it run. I hear it's pretty loud from what I heard, so I don't want to listen to it for 21 hours in my house. That's why I'm not.
All we did was hear about and see you complain about how long it was taking them to ship it to you, and now you won't even turn it on.
Now it's an incentive. It was an
take it out of the box. Yeah, red 2.
Red 2, man. What the fuck? Everybody gets these
$1
$9 items.
Incentive to make progress on the other $7,000 I had to spend.
Fair.
It was tough. I should have
did the carrot on the end of the stick is your freeze dryer you've been waiting for all year.
Yeah, I should have been preparing a long time ago. Like I said, the building cost was exponentially doubled because of this COVID stuff. So that was a little hit, but we're making
Yeah, definitely a good point on that.
Now, Tara, when you say you're going to flip the 2 big ones soon, what are they and how big are they?
Actually, it's the Crescendo and a Skunk. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're a little bit shorter than where I think I want them, but what I've got going on with mine, it'll all kind of even out a bit. So it should be okay. If not, we've got another tent. Thanks to Danny Hayes, I was able to get another tent. So I've got a 4th tent.
So I was noticing earlier in the chat, shout out to School of Crop, Sequence answered them. And so that's what made me ask Tara about hers, because I know she has limited space as well. I mean, really, everybody has fucking limited space. You know what I mean? You only have so big of a light footprint. But he's asking, if light penetration is 2 feet, then why have 3 feet plus of lollipop? Well, sometimes you have to stagger your grow, especially if you're in a small space like that. If you've got 5 or 6 fucking plants, you know what I mean? Something may have to wait an extra cycle, and, you know, there you go.
Sometimes you grow plants out larger so you can have a larger plant.
Well, if you're scrogging, yeah, so you can open it.
To open your plant up. I mean, I like growing, massive plants, really. I would rather water 1 large plant than 6 small ones.
You know, this is the old school. If you really go back a ways, is oh shit, what was that dude's name down in Florida that used to run the Grow Boss? Anybody ever watch any Grow Boss videos? He used to talk about that, and he said, why are you growing a plant 3 feet tall, you know, if you really don't need that much? You're just, all that extra space is extra veg time that you supplied power to the plant, you supplied nutrients to the plant, but you didn't kick it into overdrive. So
Definitely a thing they consider.
Yeah. But I'll say that shout out to Drill Grows. He gave me a cut of his blue gelato. You think, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. So when I put it in, it has increased over 200%, not 100%, 200% since I flipped it. So it's right up in the lights. It's definitely a 6.5 footer. The headlights that I have, same thing. But I was waiting on those GG4s last time, and by the time that those hit flower in the last cycle, there was no way I was going to be able to squeeze anything else into my bed without just having to remove a whole shit ton of it. So, executive decisions, man. We all got.
How is your light situation set up? Is your can you run your bed perpetual, like run it 12-12 and then just put plants in and out of there?
Yeah,
like on separate schedules.
Yeah, I flip into it. I know a lot of people that use those grassroots bed. They plant into it and like they pop their seeds in it. They know what I mean, and they work their way through the whole thing. What I do is it stays in my flower room. It's way too fucking big to move around, so I plant plants into it. Say that quick a few times, and then when I harvest them out of it, that's why my dirt level has gone up over time in there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What do you go from a 1 gallon into there?
It depends on how big the plant is.
Okay.
I've taken some of those gigantic 7-gallon easy swap pots.
Holy shit.
And drop those in there before. Yeah. Usually I use like the 3-gallon ones.
Those are still, man, nice size pots when you have them.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's nice for me because I don't have to water every fucking day.
Absolutely.
I'm a patient. I get sick sometimes. You know what I mean? I am out of commission for the day. So the last thing I want to do is keep all kinds of shit in a solo cup, where if I have 2 or 3 days where I'm down, then I lose genetics. I lose plants. Everything fucking dies and the wheels fall off. So sometimes it's better off for me to plant into something larger and buy myself some time and allow that root system to really get going.
See, I'm battling the same thing right now where we're trying to keep our veg maintained right now. And it's hard to slow that growth. And so we got them all in solo cups, but man, I water shit out of them, and versus putting them in 1 gallons and taking up more footprints. When you've got 30 or 40 veg plants, it's tough, man.
I have 40 solo cups with a bunch of Netafim sprayers, automated, and
you have fucking Netafim sprayers in goddamn solo cups.
Yeah,
I was not overspraying the cup.
Come on, man, get with it.
I gotta do it, man.
Oh, shit,
That is.
You're not gonna though. You hand watered a cocoa plant all summer outside, like a
Yeah, man, but
sort
I
of.
bet you.
That was insane.
I bet you this plant will give me 1.5 pounds of top flower and God, 3 pounds of lowers.
I mean, you can't sneeze at that, man.
No, it is crazy.
Hopefully, you get everything you're hoping for.
I'm happy no matter what. It made it. Nobody stole it. Fucking bugs didn't get it. The frost didn't get it. Mold didn't get it. I'm tickled. I'm a winner already.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't, fail to follow through, right? You did it the whole year and got it done.
Yeah, the last 6 days, I didn't water it at all because it's been getting really, really cold here, and I was worried about the root ball freezing. So I just let her dry out. She didn't do too bad. I mean, there was enough moisture in the air. She must have absorbed some through the leaves and stuff because she was still praying on the tops. But yeah, she was ready.
It's nice when you get late stage like that and they're still praying and looking good and everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had this one cola that just stood erect the whole time. She was a big fat one.
And what's that too? The Divine Storm?
Yeah, the Divine Storm #2. It was my most frostiest one I grew indoors, but it never purpled indoors. I'm assuming it was due to the cold temps outside. The resin heads are much larger when I scope them on this one than they were previously. This one, there's a lot more amber in this one than I would choose to harvest indoors. So we'll see, man. It's probably going to be really, really sedative. The terpenes are, oh my God, through the roof.
What's the
Yes.
predominant flavor that you're getting or smell?
Sour grapey-ish, just
Yeah, man.
maybe a little dough funk in there. Sour grape dough-ish.
Ish.
I was just
Yeah.
realizing we've been talking about our next get together is going to be for Thanksgiving. And I just realized that we might possibly, maybe sequence, just be able to get a little bit of that Dank Man Dan concentrate. Or at
Oh,
least
man.
the dry sip.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then maybe by
Maybe.
Dude.
maybe by
Prediction
November we'll be able to harvest that GMO.
Yeah, man. Everybody
It's
gets
right
a
now,
fucking
it's
wet arm to
GMO.
take home.
Dude, I scoped it yesterday. It's
No.
so clear. So clear.
Wow.
And all the pistils are white. All of the leaves are green. The organic in a heated greenhouse. And we're going to see how long it'll go. And it seems like forever is the answer.
January.
Now, talking about the November meetup, by then, I'll have my Primal Punch run will be done. My Primal Punch run is on day 52 right now. And there's like 6 Primal Punches going. And those are all going to concentrate.
What do you
Okay.
think about those?
Huh?
I'll bring the email.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm excited for. That Primal Punch is going to be a ticket in the wash.
Good things to come.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. So,
It'll be awesome. I'm doing all kinds of crazy driving to get back up here for Thanksgiving too, because I'm going to be in Florida. So
It's so wild.
I'm driving from Florida all the way to Michigan.
Holy
Takes like
shit! What is this fucking
19 hours.
spring break 1990? What's going on here?
Hey, going all out this year, 2020, baby.
Get it? New vehicle, new miles, right?
That's right.
Oil change.
the oil change guy
Oil
loves
change.
you.
I've already got 1,000 miles on it, and it's a week old today.
Got those salesman miles on that thing.
You'll need an oil change when you get back.
Probably.
You should be good. Do the normal stuff. Check your tire pressure.
Yeah, man, I got a
Window
flat
washer
tire
fluid.
yesterday.
Dude,
I was waiting for him to say check your fluids.
Yeah, that's not my job anymore. I could take it to them and they do it. I got the extra package.
Ooh.
And with that, talking about extra packages, I want to say good morning to all 60 of you that are rising and grinding with us. I hope you're starting your day off right and get some laughs from this and able to smoke along with us. If you do have any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. Give us something to ramble on about for a few minutes. Sequence is busting out the Simpsons bong. You've had her for a minute, bro. Look at how dirty that
First
fucking
time in a
bowl
long
is.
time
Holy
I've,
shit.
No, it's just the outside of the glass.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a double-walled bowl.
I was making sure that it wasn't just
The
blacked
glass is
out.
clean. No.
You get that murdered out glass, it's not a good thing.
No. No, that's just impossible to clean unless I soaked it like every day in alcohol. It gets black like that after like 2 bowls because it's that double walled and you can't clean it out.
No, just got to soak them. That's all you can do.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't hit the Simpsons bog in a long time, so I figured I would bust her out.
Now, last time we did the show, you were smoking on some Trop cookies in a joint. Is that still what you're working with?
I'm smoking some
Tara's telling.
sour melon indoor. I have tons of jars, man.
Jars upon jars,
I do
right?
too.
And I have none of the flower we've grown in the greenhouses at my house. None of it. So,
My house.
I have it's a couple of the autoflowers here, but I have Forge, Haze, Sour Melon, Trop Cookies, and then next door that I haven't trimmed yet, I have Mac 1, Mac S1, White Wedding, PTSSD, and
You did that smooth.
the something else.
I'm curious about your white wedding.
I am too. That's what I was hoping he would have, maybe a little something that we could check out.
I think
I'll get it.
I want to say thanks to the chat for clearing up the 60-60 thing. See, sometimes it's awesome when we get to going like this. Somebody asks a question in chat, and then chat just is like, boom, here's the answer.
So Cave Diver asks, what's our optimum condition for drying flower? 60-60 is definitely the one.
Get as close as you can to it.
We have 3 dry tents set up for the greenhouse now with heaters, dehumidifiers, humidifiers, the whole thing you would use. So we've got a 10x10, which Tara saw. My kids thought that we were building a bounce house.
I walked in, I was like, what the fuck is
They were
this?
highly disappointed.
They were. My daughter goes, I bet there's plants in there. It says grow.
even
It's
cooler.
like, she just gives you that look.
I was like, yeah, but they're dead ones. She goes, oh.
Way cooler.
You know, Sequence's daughter's probably just as sarcastic as he is, has the ability.
Dude, even better.
Even
Right on,
better.
man.
So one
Right
of the
on.
questions they asked me over the weekend is they're like, can we ask you something? I was like, yeah, sure. They're like, why do you have so much candy? I was like, because I like it. And they're like, oh, okay. So I threw them a bag of gummy bears. I was like, here you go, girls.
They ate that
Popped up
whole
my
bag
tree.
of gummy bears, too.
Oh, yeah. No problem. I'm glad they did and I didn't. So
Oof.
Because diabetes is my friend.
Diabetes.
Right.
I
Oof.
know.
For Brimley.
So
Oh, I'm not one to talk, man. I'm bad with the sugar stuff.
But we got those tents all set up. We've got ink birds, humidity ink birds, and temperature ink birds. We have tents. They're sealed all the time. We have govies that monitor the temperature and humidity in them all the time. All the ink birds are set up with alarms. The alarm goes off if the humidity gets too low. Basically tell us that we need to put water in the humidifiers.
So do you have a baby monitor in there to let you know if it gets too low?
No, but we have audible alarms, so people are always around.
There you go. If it was in one of those things where, let's say it was in an outbuilding or something, you could just get a baby monitor for that. You know what I mean? And so that you would be able to hear that go off and know that you got to get your house outside and remedy that.
All of our flower is under camera that's under sound. So if the alarms do go off, it will go to a phone or something.
Good point. See, technology is a wonderful thing.
Yes, sir. Any sound that's made, I get an alert for, and then it's recorded. And
No, I use Wise Cam for mine, so I don't have the fancy one. Now, does each tent have its own dehumidifier in it?
yeah.
Okay.
All of them have, I think, 50-pint dehumidifiers. They're way overkill. So we have to set the dehumidifiers higher than we want them to be. So we have to set the dehumidifier at like 65. because the dehumidifier works so well. They're not designed for a tent. They're designed for like a bedroom or something,
or a basement or something.
or a basement or whatever. By the time the dehumidifier thinks it's gotten it to 60 and shuts off, it really will crash the room to like low enough that the humidifier has to kick on enough that it drives it all the way up and then cycles over and over. So what you end up getting is huge spikes from like 45 to 65 or 75%. So what you do instead is set your dehumidifier at like 65%, and then it doesn't overshoot your intended goal of about 60, and it'll hold at about 60. So instead of our graph looking like this, it's like this.
That's awesome. That's just got to be better for drying, man.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of trial and error that you got to do. It's like we say 60-60, but that doesn't mean just set everything at 60-60 and hope it does the best, as good as it can do. You can definitely make it work some way or another. It takes like 3 or 4 days to figure out what all these numbers need to be to make that work, but it's worth it once you have it figured out.
And then it rains and you got to figure it out again.
Well, the rain's not a big deal because the dehu's in there. The humidifier just won't turn on if it rains. Or if it gets cold, the heat will turn on. But you're battling heat the very same way. So if your heater can overshoot and make an AC kick on. So you got to be intelligent about how you set up everything, all the parameters.
All this sounds good, but the cheapskate in my mind just keeps hearing this cash register ringing on all these little fucking things, man. So if you don't have all these things, just do the best that you can. Like they were saying in the chat, 60-60 is where you'd like to keep it. So try to keep it as close to that as you can for yourself. And it's okay. My thing is, in the beginning for me, when I didn't have the drying area dialed in to the point that I do now, is my shit was drying in like fucking 3 to 5 days, man. And I wasn't getting what I wanted.
Yeah, it's like half as good. I've done that like a lot of times, lots of growers are in the same place where they spend all of their money in their grow and then they don't have any way to dry it or any space usually. But it's a thing to figure out for sure.
I mean, you're going to get discouraged, but just don't be defeated.
Now, when I wasn't doing perpetual, I would just chop it, dry it right in the same tent because I could pretty much control the parameters in there with my equipment, and it seemed to work well. Then once I went perpetual, I had to dedicate a space to drying. It's tough.
Porch Farmer does us proud out there. He knows all the tricks now. They leave more foliage if you want them to dry more slowly. You may not want to remove those fan leaves. Over the summertime, you think of a typical, like me, for example, my parameters, I don't really have too many things to control my environment all the time. I'm always moving things around. So, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you are struggling with the 3 or 4 day dry, like you're saying, herb growing, I would
got to do something, man.
Yeah, definitely build a space or try the herbs now or something intended for a situation where you're having an issue. Or you're in the situation, I guess, that's when people like put more lean towards like wet trim and then burping jars and stuff like that than waiting until it's all the way dry. So you could try that too, but that's even more risky in my opinion, because then you're relying on the human element of stoners to not fail their own plants. You know what I mean?
We got it this far, bro. Maybe we could do the last bit too.
Dude, I've fucked it up a bunch of times.
Well, you're not alone.
Yeah, and I won't put it beyond anybody to forget to open a jar one time, especially after they smoke something good,
B-Bear is asking if a 5 to 7 day dry is good. I don't think it's as good as being able to extend that a little bit more and try to get the buds a little bit more balanced rather than just dry on the outside like that, or wickedly fucking dry altogether.
The typical goal we aim for is 10 to 14 days. It's like what you want to have. It's like 5 to 7 days is better than 3 to 4 days for sure. And you will see an improvement in like your terpenes and stuff. but you'll have a much better flavor if you can get it to go longer.
Dirty Query is talking about using bags to redistribute moisture. School of Crops says he's lost bud to burping. Yeah, man. You know, it just there's
Lost
so many
buds
ways
to
that we can do
density.
it. Yeah.
Like I think I told you guys in chat. On my crescendo, my trophy buds, man. Outside's nice and dry, and you trimming it up, gets that interior, and there's some type of contaminant in there, and you got freaking mold growing. It's disheartening, but you know, you toss it to the side and keep going, and it's a part of growing. I mean, even though you might take all the precautions you think you're taking, you know, sometimes nature happens and there's nothing you can do.
Not all plants are the same.
Yeah, man, and it is what it is.
Well, that's the, you know, Tara nodded first on that one when I said that not all plants are the same. You know, if you've only, let's say that you've had just 2 harvests and you've had basically the same plants, then you either do a pheno hunt, your buddy gives you something or what have you. When you get that different plant in there, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this exactly the same way. It's been working out fantastic. And then see Tara again with the quick reply. It's not easy with that, you know, and it's just, I really, really believe, Berg asked me the other day, you know, and Rose were saying, you know, when you started growing, and I told him the quick story again about how when I first got my card, I got a shitty plant, I got a shitty light, I built a shitty box. And I told myself, as long as I could get 2 ounces off of this one plant, that it would be worth it for me to keep trying to grow my own and get better at it because it'd be more affordable for me to get my medicine. So I told him that I got 2 ounces and 2 grams and fuck it, I was good to go. And that was that, you know. And then I realized that my first plant was like an extreme low yielder. It never stretched it. You know what I mean? It stretched like 1.5 inches, 2 inches when I had flower. So when I brought like a different thing in there, I used to have something that I called Fat Hippie, and it was a random oopsie that was a cross between, it was a pineapple strain, and I can't remember what it was. And the other one was, man, this is too many years ago. It was some kind of Grateful Dead strain. So I can't remember what it was. But that plant grew big as fuck. So then I was like, oh my God, maybe I'm getting to be a better grower. No, I was the same kind of grower. It was just a different plant. Don't give myself too much credit in them early runs.
Genetics play a huge role. Like we'll all spend a bunch of time, you know, building this huge grow room. It'd be like building a really nice car and then putting like a tiny engine in it, you know.
Shitty tires.
It's like, what's the potential of that? You know what I mean? Versus rounding the whole thing out and getting something good.
And yeah, man, you don't build that car all at once. It takes a long time to build that car up to get it ready to run to where you want to show your friends.
We're talking about $7,000 just a few moments ago, my friend.
Oh yeah, man, the struggle is real. Shout out to Modern Genetics.
School of Crop, I do give myself credit. I just like to play the role of somebody's got to be the idiot new person. So there it is.
I'm the idiot new person. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's easier for me to say that I'm a shitty grower than I am to say you're a shitty grower. So that's how that works.
Why?
Why not
Okay.
both?
Why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? You're
Yeah,
both
why
a
not?
couple
A
of
little bit of
shitbags.
sarcasm in
And
there.
they wonder why we got to demonetize all these. Cheers, 74. I hope you guys are starting your day off right. Little rise and grind, smoking along with us.
Cheers, guys.
Right on.
Damn, let's start talking about shitty growers, and there's like a pall
They're
of
gonna
silence
pause.
that
Nobody
falls.
wants to talk now, 'cause
Everybody's afraid.
Okay.
See, this is why you got to be the shitbag. You can just keep talking, and nobody gives a
No. I'm
ain't
smoking
nobody shitty growers.
purple
You know-
haze in July.
You know, we were talking about what we were smoking, and I hit this headlights to get it started, man. Shout out to Spartan Grown for this. This is the headband and Northern Lights. Love this shit.
This is a purple haze and gelato that I got from Nut Tree 420. It's super duper good. I absolutely love the terps on this. Love it. Very citrusy and kind of reminds me of red citrique. It's really super good.
Right on.
Yeah, very good. Great high too.
This one is Deluxe Sugar Cane.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Pretty too.
Just a little lower stuff, but nice and tasty.
That makes me think of Select.
Yep.
Shout out to Select Fino.
Yeah, shout out to Select Fino for sure.
Here I'll show off his one of I don't know how well we'll see it because it's black, but this is one of his new containers.
The etched ones.
Yeah,
with the light hits it.
Can tell or not. Hang on, let me open it. Well, if I can retardedly open it here. You can see it. Oh, it's so good. Very good.
Amazing.
Yes, very good stuff. Thank you
I like
so
that
much.
jar a lot.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's smaller than his other ones, and I really I kind of like that, and it's much easier to open. I was able to do it myself. The other ones I have to like kind of keep a little bit already started because I just can't do it.
Or like, yeah, especially when I keep them in the fridge and
You're gonna lose your terps leaving them open like that, Tara.
I leave them in the fridge though.
That's probably even worse considering your fridge is dry as fuck.
I can't open it.
Lori's smoking Anvil. This is what Anvil looks like. I still have some of that around.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Lori in the chat. That's Anvil we grew in the greenhouse this year.
You know, Tara was nice enough to bring that over to Doc Dankenstein's house, and I got to try it over there, and I really liked it.
I've shared that quite often. I wanted to share that with. I really enjoyed that one. Just the look of it, the smoke, the smell, very good. I enjoyed it a whole lot. That one, and then what other? There was another one that I really is it the haze? It's either haze. Oh, it's Alf. I really like the Alf too. The other auto that they had, I really like that one. It's kind of a little peppery, and then haze is kind of buttery to me. But
with the peppermint.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those. I've never had an auto before, so it was very interesting to me, and the difference, and there is a difference, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah,
definitely. We've got more going now, thanks to Tara, thanks to Dro, thanks to all the people in the community for sure. Still looking for more feminized autoflower seeds. If anybody has any, hit me up in my DM.
So tell us what you have next on deck with those, since you got some love from people.
We got Mephisto testers from Dro, so it's like Forum cookies crossed with Forgotten Stomper, something else. I also ordered head cheese and foot cheese by Night Owl.
Gross. Foot cheese.
Yeah, dude. And
well, better than Famunda.
I've got Crescendo autos, Banana Hammock autos, and what's the other one?
Those are all ethos, right?
Those two are.
Those two.
Yeah. I don't remember the other ones.
And then one I'm forgetting, yeah.
Yeah, I got some lemon OG, I guess.
Yeah, if you could, that would be really great.
Yeah, dude, I will.
I've got a camera I need to send you.
Yes.
Shoot me your DM. I'll send it to you.
No, man, we got a camera for Dan. We got a camera for Spartan.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Former members of our YouTube. We appreciate you guys a lot.
Former members.
Yeah, the Mephisto gear is popped. Nicholas McCabe in chat is the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
They look good too. They're
looks
I
good.
wasn't gonna grow any autos anymore until I seen the Mephisto.
Yeah,
and I was at that event, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And so yeah, man, it made me want to buy some. I know those are quality ones, and that's the reason I steered away from them, because the quality was so hit and miss. I mean, I could have one that would do awesome, then the other one would be
Oh, that sucks.
yeah,
Especially if
and-
you're on like a limited plant count. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. At that time, we were really limited, and yeah, not bagging on autos in any way, man. I just don't do them. And then when I seen the Mephisto was there, I jumped on them, and then I picked up another pack of the this lemon OG that I'm gonna send to you. Sequence.
Appreciate you, Dan. Like I said, I got to send you a camera. People want to see you in HD.
OnlyFans man Dan.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because you're awesome. That's why, buddy.
Sometimes, see, man, I can sit back here. Sometimes I'd be all high, and you can't even tell I'm fucking passing out.
Can't even tell I'm passing out.
Bro, you gotta go to a fucking doctor's appointment
You
here. You
get
better
that
not get too
fucking
fucking lifted.
HD shit going on. It's gonna give away all my secrets. Yeah, man, our doctor's like 30 minutes from here. So when I get off this show, I'll be scooting it to the
You'll
shower.
be sober by then.
Probably.
Uh,
We fix that real quick.
Hmm.
No,
Who's gonna be the first person that comes up?
smoking during the day lately. I complain about it at lunch, at work, on the chat. But
Well,
that's cool. I'm not smoking at work.
Chat was asking about your work, how it's going.
It's going good. Yeah, I go there and I fill pots with dirt and trim a lot of leaves. It's very rewarding work. I'm anxious to go to work every day. Yesterday I forgot had to take today off, so that when I remembered, I was like all bummed I wasn't going to work. I had to go to this stupid doctor's appointment. But yeah, man, I dig it. I work with some really good people. They work as a unit. I'm enjoying it. Freedom Green Farms. Check them out.
Awesome.
Check them out on
That's
Instagram.
like-
They're cool.
I'd be in seventh sitting there picking leaves all day.
That's what we do, man. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot to do there. And it takes a lot of people to get it done. So I'm pretty sure we'll have more information on it later to share.
Dan has work days. He's like, I'm gonna go transplant 500 plants today.
You know what, man? Yeah, dude, that's a chore. It's a chore.
Tara, that was a bomb ass nug.
I know. I got this from Highway 420. It is pre-Bubba 98.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love.
Freaking
That's a top. That's a
humongous.
top of pre 98.
Yeah, that's definitely a top of freaking pre-90.
Yeah. Yeah. So very good. I really, really enjoyed this. This is the
Super
second time
dense.
I had it, and it's super, super good. Really enjoy this one. And I had never had it before, so this has been awesome to have something really totally different too.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bubba Kush is great, but the reason most people don't grow it anymore is because it takes forever to veg and it doesn't fucking, you know what I mean?
It's a fairly small yielder,
Yeah.
but people really do like the buzz.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
To answer the question, is anybody growing Kush mints? I believe Porch Farmer is growing Kush mints, and I have a cut from him of Kush mints, so he could probably answer your question.
I have a cut of Cushman's from Porch Farmer as well. Mine's in veg though.
Mine is too, still in its solo cup, about 3 feet tall.
It's a lot like that.
That's life. It'll do real good in an easy swap pot when it gets there.
I'm really excited for the Cushman's. I keep dabbing it and hyping myself up to put it into flower someday.
I have
Someday.
a really large Primal Punch in veg that I'll probably throw in 25-gallon
Oh, shit.
pot
Okay.
indoors. Put it under that 600-watt HLG and let her do her thing. See what we can get off her. She's a beast, man. When she goes to flower, you're gonna see that, Scobo. She's a beast.
Oh yeah, man.
She just opens up and branches out and just does her thing, man. Very impressed with that plant. That's probably my most favorite cut I have is that Primal Punch F1.
That's saying something.
Really, it is. I kept her around for a reason.
Good. Real good.
Shout out to Metgrower 1 and MG1 Seeds for that.
Absolutely. And I can never smell it until I take it outside of my house. And I'm like, damn.
That just means your house is damn.
Yeah, I know. I hear about it all the time.
Oh man, we have been.
When everybody talk at once.
I know. Sequence holding those bad dogs in there. There we go. So I got both things going. I got the regular thing. I got the YouTube. Everything's in multi-screen here. Trying to be all 21st century with the screens.
Definitely not there.
No.
Lucky I got what I got going on.
Right. What's everybody gonna do? Dan's gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna go work in my flower room. I have to water in there right now. I have blue gelato. I have headlights. I have wedding punch. I have Oreos, blueberry quintessa, and Winnie. So everything. When I took off right before we went on the air, popped my head and flower real quick. Everything is praying and looking fantastic. So right now I'm
okay at terpenes there.
It is. It's nice, super nice. So go in there, water, and do a little bit of leaf stripping.
And those are all on the same day?
Yeah.
Right on.
Everything started.
Right.
After this, I'm going to work. After work, I'm going to trim jail.
So you got a work release program
I like
going on at least. That's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Those tents I was talking about earlier, they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Right on, man.
Get to work, fresh cut.
The plants that are alive are not ready to be harvested yet, which is cool. It was nice
A little bit more
to
time.
stagger some and have plants like GMO in there.
Now, did you do a big de-leaf strip a couple days before your harvest and prepare for it, or just chop and drop?
Chop and drop mostly.
Right.
We did have help at times, so we had like up to 4 people at times helping us harvest. But I mean, even with 4 people, it takes about an hour or 2 per plant. So it's a lot to do.
B-Bear wants to know if you could throw money at the plants and make them strip.
Man, I should try it.
That's what I'm there for. I strip them.
Make it rain.
Kara strips them.
Kara's always in there. Now she's insisting on cooking for us, which is great, but less plant work is getting done. So I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to cook all the time.
Brought you here to trim, not to cook.
I've already given up all my
Get
good
with
dishes.
it, Tara.
Oh, I'm almost out to cook, so we're almost out, and then I won't cook anymore, and then
Crock pot clean.
And
I felt bad though. Everybody's always been cooking for me. You guys have taken care of me for freaking weeks now, so I felt like I should. I wanted to. I love it.
so Tara made us beef stew, right? And cornbread, and exploded the pan that the cornbread was in.
Oh.
It was a Pyrex glass dish, and she just sat it on the stovetop, and it exploded.
There was a warm stovetop though, so that's why I don't know what the problem was.
There may have been a chip in the Pyrex from before.
There had to have been a chip or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrible, and of course it's going to happen to me. I was like, of course,
There's glass everywhere within 15 feet, and of course everyone's a hippie, so nobody has shoes on. Tara's barefoot in the kitchen, so we're sweeping glass. Oh, it's terrible.
That was definitely interesting.
We still ate the cornbread though, by the way.
Crunchy bits? The crunchy bits were good?
Okay. Well, let us know how it passes.
Oh, that was like over a week ago, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're good then.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. I ran my hand over the top of it and didn't get any glass shards, so I was like, we're good.
B-Bear asked if we ate the cornbread. We did eat the cornbread.
We did. We didn't let the kids though.
You guys are cornbread eating food.
Just the adults.
My kids were there at the house, and I told them, I said, you're not old enough to consent to eating glass, but we ate it. The adults did. We were laughing about that.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit, man.
Cornbread was good, though, too.
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Cornbread murdered that.
I laughed so much. Holy cow, I laughed so much. Oh, boy, yeah. Fresh Cut's wife. Whew, she's hilarious. Yeah.
So funny.
Oh, my, yeah. I'm glad I got videos of those.
Tara, what are you going to do after the show?
Let's see. It's Wednesday, so I've got a full day of work. Yeah, after this, I leave for the whole day, and I won't be back till about 8 or 9 tonight. But I've got, I think I got a half day on Friday, so I'll be able to scoot my way on up the road.
Over yonder.
Spend the weekend with the people I love.
Tara's coming back.
Right.
We're gonna have a shitload to do this time.
Yeah.
Last time she was back, we were mostly relaxing. This time,
yeah, there really wasn't that much work for me to do. I mostly just helped clean up the greenhouse, and that's mostly what needed to get done at that point. But yeah, there should be plenty for me to do this weekend, which is great. I absolutely love it. So I'm still so new that, I don't feel like it's trim jail at all, and I totally enjoy it. And plus the company, I mean, when you get to sit around a table with a bunch of people, talking and having a good time and laughing and just sharing, it's what more could you really?
It makes it feel less like work for sure.
It really, I don't feel like it's work at all. I just absolutely love it. My daughter asked me, she's like, "Do you get paid for this?" And I was like, "No, for what?" I was like, "This is awesome." I was like, "No." So I love it. And I like hanging out with everybody. So it's good for me.
We couldn't possibly give Tara money for anything, by the way.
No.
She wouldn't take it.
Nope. I'm meeting so many great people and hanging out with a lot of good people, and yeah, having a lot of good times.
Hey, you're one of the good people.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So are you.
Got to remember that part.
Yep. Good people attract each other.
Yes, they do. Just wait long enough and good things start happening.
And with that brings us right up to the edge of it, man.
True that.
Let me do the little PSA here, is to make sure to rejoin us Sunday night at 9 p.m. for the Bro Show Live. We have the full panel and great block of cannabis programming. And then come back through on Monday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the late sesh with me, Red, and hopefully we can get Spartan back on yet again. Other than that, go back to our catalog of videos and find some shit. I don't know. We did a cool one yesterday that we did a chop up when Michigan Matt was on from Mitten Canico. We were talking about data. It's a nice little excerpt from a Bro Show Live that we did.
Is it data or data?
It depends on if you're talking about the Star Trek character or if you're talking about, columns and numbers.
I don't know if that's true.
It sounded good as I was highly trying to fucking cover the space in the dead spot as you tried to put me on the spot. Man. So, I give you some credit, folks.
All right. Thank you, Skillbo. Dankman Dan, where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram at Dankman Dan. You can find me with the Bro Show Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Thanks for showing up, chat, especially on a short notice, and we appreciate all of you all every day. Thank you.
100%. Tara.
Sorry.
Where can everyone find you, Tara?
Tara Wilson, 1409, Instagram. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for a little pop-up this morning. It was good to do this. And I hope everybody has a great day. And has a great rest of your week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Check out our show sponsor, Easy Swap Pots, code MBGS if you want to save 10%. Awesome pots for transplanting veg plants. If you lost your membership, you want to support the show, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/MBGS. That's it. Have a great day. Hope we got you everyone in a good mood.